There's hardly any people here now in the airport. So blank. I guess just after the MCO periods, there's hardly any people here. So there's a guard near the area that you need to scan for you to check your temperature. And now let's have a look. This is the first time in the international airport. You can hardly see any people here. And one more important thing is when you reach the arrival in Malaysia, you need to compulsory to quarantine in Malaysia for 14 days by the Malaysian government. Airport is quite blank and the COVID-19 cases rises. So I hardly see any people here. So I just checked the flight to London is around 6 o'clock. Now it's around 2 p.m. around. So only people is the cleaner and the shop are also basically only the owner are taking care of the shop. Then not much people. So far I only saw some pilot, stewardess and some passengers in the airport. The security are so far okay. I saw have some temperature screening and also some stations to check temperatures, to monitor the distance, to check the distance of 1 meter. There are not much flight today. I saw about 13 to 15 flight today. And now we are going to check in. As you can see, the counter are not crowded with people like normal, and the airport is quite blank. The flights are not normal, the flights are mostly cancelled, and the airports are blank. I just checked, most of the flight has been cancelled. You can see here. Most of the flight, international flight to Tokyo, Singapore, Seoul, Korea, where else? India also cancelled. And there's a very strict rules that you need to follow. You see the screening. There's some police officer that are guarding at the entrance there, and some temperature sensor. We can see the temperature sensor. When the face detect you, then they will call you for a stop and for scanning tests at at all the entrance in the KLIA section. So you can see the control measure are quite, I think it's quite good and quite enough for our Malaysia regions. So this is the normal procedure. You see the passenger has to scan the My Sejahtera apps at first at the entrance there to make sure the body temperature are normal. Then the people are queuing at the behind, maintaining the distance to make sure that the distance is same. And so after the check-in, they will go through the temperature sensor. You can see all the temperature sensor for the passenger. They ask you to fill in. So if they found any abnormalities, they will call you for a stop and questionings about yourself. Getting some of the people here check in, but still others, many counters are blank, and many of the shop don't see any people here really. There's really not much people here. For now, when you are coming back to Malaysia, you need to quarantine yourself for 14 days, and the cost will be bear by you, and not by the Malaysian government anymore. So yeah. You can see the environment. I mean, many areas they are guarded by the police officers, and there are not many people around because of due to the COVID-19 cases, and the airport environment are also quite blank.